Office. Back in 2011, you purchased Bank of America preferred stock with a warrant. You have the opportunity at a later date to exercise and convert those into common shares. When you're looking at evaluating that decision to exercise that position, which would increase all of our Berkshire holdings, or the value of the Berkshire holdings, what are you going to consider when you're looking at that?
Well, it's almost, well, if the price of the stock is above $7 a share, which seems quite likely, whether we were going to keep it or not, it would still make sense for us to exercise the warrant shortly before it expired, because it would be a valuable warrant, but it's only a valuable warrant if it's converted, or if it's exercised and exchanged into common, and that warrant does expire. So as I put in the annual report, our income from the investment would increase if the Bank of America ever got to where it was paying 11 cents a quarter. We get $300 million off the year off the preferred, and for us to use the preferred as payment in the exercise of the warrant, we would want to feel we were getting more than $300 million a year and that would take 11 cents quarterly. They may or may not get to where they pay that amount before the warrant expires in 1921 or 2021. If it does get to there, we'll exercise the warrant, and then instead of owning the $5 billion of preferred and the warrant, we'll have 700+ million shares of common. Then that becomes a separate decision. Do we want to keep the 700 million shares of common? If it were to happen today, I would definitely want to keep the stock. Now, who knows what other alternatives may be available in 2021 but as of today, if our warrant were expiring tomorrow, we would use the preferred to buy 700 million plus shares of common, and we would keep the common. If they get to 11 cents quarterly dividend, we'll convert it, and we'll very likely keep the common. And if we get to 2021, if the common's above $7, which I would certainly anticipate, we will exercise. So that's all I can tell you on that, but I certainly wish you success on your other objective. And I think probably the fellow will be using very good judgment, too. Okay, Charlie?
Well, I think it's a very wise thing for a woman that owns Berkshire stock and is a good-looking woman to put her picture up like that.
It does give me a thought, though. We might actually start selling ads in the annual report. And okay, incidentally, that BFA purchase, it literally was true that I was sitting in the bathtub when I got the idea of checking with the BFA whether they'd be interested in that preferred. But I've spent a lot of time in the bathtub since, and nothing's come to me. So clearly, I either need a new bathtub or we got to get in a different kind of market. Carol?